spiritual practice, which is something I never do, because I like to guard it, and it means a lot to me, and it's very esoteric, and it's specific, and it's just kind of weird, but I feel called to do it. I've been leaning into my spirituality a lot lately. It's been very much at the forefront of my mind, and I feel like the vast majority of people who see this will be like, what? But maybe it will really, really resonate and speak to some people out there. So I guess if I had to put a label on my spiritual practice or my belief system, it would be like the biggest label is Karma Yoga. I fucks with a bit of Bhakti Yoga and Yan Yoga, and I think it's important to understand that all of those pillars have value. But at my core, I consider myself a Karma Yogi. What does that mean? You probably have no idea. I made notes. I have like pages of notes that I wrote yesterday for this because I don't want to mess it up. But Karma Yoga, it's very much like the journey is the destination, right? And it's like turning all of your life into your spiritual practice, or as much of it as you can. The goal is for all of it, always, whatever you're doing, for you to be doing it with a spiritual intention, with I guess what they call loving awareness. So how do you do that? I'm going to tell you how I do it, and there's probably going to be sprinkles of existentialism, stoicism, and what's it called? Humanistic psychology. Those are really, for me, all enmeshed in my spiritual practice. So I assume that they're going to come out as well. So, but I'm going to try to break down Karma Yoga as I understand it in a YouTube video. It's so ambitious. But here we go. And to illustrate that, I'm also going to be talking about how it's showing up in my life recently. And hopefully that makes it make a little more sense, because I understand these things are so hard to talk about. I never even talk about this in my life with my best friends, because I just feel like they wouldn't get it, and I might give them breadcrumbs, but if they don't gobble them up, there's very few people that I can talk to about this stuff, and when we do, it's so fun. We connect. It's that sangha, right? Sorry, I have a hair on me. That's that song, that community, the spirit community. I guess let's just get into it. So again, well, let's talk a little bit about other types of yoga. Yang yoga is the heady path of knowledge, right? And that does definitely intrigue to me. I have part of that. Then Bhakti yoga is more the devotional yoga, devotion to a guru, to God. I have that too. But Karma yoga is a lifestyle. It's the yoga of action. It's turning the acts of your life into your spiritual practice. I wrote down the focus of life is the process of life rather than the product. It's very existential in that way. The experience, it's all for the experience, not for the fruits of those labors. Okay, so step one of how to Karma Yoga. We cultivate awareness. I think the best way to do this is to ask yourself, who are you? Who are you? Who are you really? I might be like, I'm Yvette. And it's like, are you really? Are you? That's cute that you think you're Yvette. What if we change your name and your name is Sugar Plum Fairy? Okay. Are you still the same? Yeah, I'm still the same. Got a weird name, but essentially the same. So you're not your name. Well, I'm so-and-so's wife. But if you weren't so-and-so's wife, would you still be you? Well, yeah, I would. So who are you? It's actually like a very profound question. It's like, who are you? What is in you that has always been in you? Every moment of your life. Is it the dishwasher? Is it the student? Is it the mother, the daughter, the child? Who is it? Who's always there? It's the thing that's constant, is the thing that's behind the thoughts, behind the actions, behind the feelings. That's what's constant. That's what we call witness consciousness. The one witnessing your life play like a movie. You know, I'm really confused about the subject of free will. I guess I don't really believe in it. I don't have a strong opinion against it, but I feel like, you know, you have this genetic makeup that's like the code, right? And then you have these environmental experiences that alter that genetic makeup, and between nature and nurture, I don't know how much choice you have. Like, so who cares what's happening? There's a witness watching whatever's happening happen. That is witness consciousness. That's what the Buddhists call the self, or the Hindus call Atman, or Christians call the soul. It's that thing behind your personality, your ego, your labels, your boxes. Well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so this is where we like try to cultivate awareness of our awareness. So pay attention to that part that's behind the scenes. I know it sounds like so far out in the beginning, but it really becomes like second nature. And then start to cut the identification with the personality and the ego, and water the identification with the witness consciousness. And when you do that, you'll realize that your witness consciousness is, sorry, there's like so many animals making sounds in the background. Your witness consciousness, like, I think it's a Buddhist thing to say, I am loving awareness. What does that mean? So it's that witness consciousness, but then it's the recognition that the witness consciousness is love. It's like divine love. The witness is loving. Like, if you think about it, and if you can sit in the seat of your soul and identify with, slip into that witness consciousness. I know this is going to sound so weird for most people, but you'll see that you have always loved yourself with so much energy and enthusiasm and compassion. Energy, really, it's about energy. So that's, I think, what they mean when they say, I am loving awareness. And so with awareness of our awareness, we can start to deliberately cultivate that awareness, or that witness consciousness. Are you with me? Is any of this making sense? So then we use the acts of our life to come back to the place behind the acts, right? Ram Dass talks about a woman who says like, oh, I would love to spend more time with my spiritual practices, but I can't because of these kids. And he's like, the kids are the opportunity for your spiritual practice. Like, everything in your life can be turned into an opportunity to deepen and expand your capacities for your spiritual practice. Okay, if I haven't lost you yet, that's step one. Develop your witness consciousness. Step two is to pay attention. Step three is respond accordingly. So what does that mean? We'll start with paying attention. So you want to identify your Dharma. And in our culture, it's harder to identify your Dharma than it's been like throughout most of human history. You know, most of human history, you knew what you were gonna do when you grew up. You knew your somebody-ness when you were born. You were born the son of a blacksmith. You're gonna be a blacksmith. You were born, into farming. You're gonna be a farmer. You're born into serfdom. You're gonna be a serf. You're born into royalty. You're gonna be royalty. Like, you don't have questions, thoughts. It's easier to recognize your Dharma in those societies where there's less opportunity. But all of us play these like various roles, and sorry, that's like the hungry, thirstiest amps. It's hot. Anyway, so we play these roles, and life unfolds before us. And I am the sister. I am the dog owner. I am the daughter. These are all different roles, and I'm me in all of those roles, and the witness is always there. But the me that shows up, the me that's the personality, is a little bit different all the time, depending on the audience, depending on the Dharma of that situation. So various actions become appropriate as life unfolds before you. So if there's dishes in the sink, it's time to wash the dishes. That's appropriate. If you have a big test tomorrow, it's time to study. That's appropriate. So your life will tell you what your Dharma is, as long as you quiet your mind and pay attention. It can be anything: dishes, laundry, loving, grieving, sexy time, everything can be part of your spiritual practice. So you quiet your mind, you pay attention, you listen, stay curious. That's harder, because I'm someone who, like, I love to jump to conclusions, but my conclusions are always hypotheses, and I'm constantly gathering new information. Like, always be learning, always stay curious. That's part of quieting your mind. I wrote, follow the still small voice within, even if it doesn't make sense. Trust the totality of your being. So that's like one of my favorite quotes by Carl Rogers, who's one of the fathers of humanistic psychology. He has this big long-winded quote about how his whole body is wiser than his thoughts alone, and he trusts the totality of his being. So I think that is a big part of identifying your Dharma. And then this part's harder, honestly. It's part of paying attention. Stay open. Ooh, that's hard. That's hard for me. And you can feel it, right? Like, let's say you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed, like, now. And then your lover calls you and he's like, do you want to, I don't know, XYZ, whatever, do you want to go dancing? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, I thought you were so tired. I thought you that you have these secret reserves of energy that you didn't even know you had. But you can reverse engineer. You can be like, oh yeah, this has happened to me before. So how do you water that energy so that it can help you pay attention to your Dharma? You watch when it is closing and you decide to pry it open. So this happens to me a lot, and I'm currently working on it in my romantic life. Like, historically a very closed person here before you, especially and particularly when it comes to the subject of romance. I wasn't always like this. There's a video on my Patreon on how I became that way, but now, sorry, my dog is distracting me. Okay, so now, everyone's so hot. I know I want to turn the fan on too, buddy. Now I'm challenging myself, and it is hard to be vulnerable and loving and expansive and have gratitude but no expectations. It's hard. I mean, spiritual practices aren't easy, I don't think. Sorry, my poor little blind dog is walking around bumping into things. Oh, that breaks my heart. We'll get to that later. It's coming up. So what am I talking about? Yeah, decide to stay open and realize that that's like an energy hack. Oh my god, are you okay? I'll be back. Okay, point in case what just unfolded before me. My blind dog bumping into stuff because he's hot. So what became appropriate, I turned this off, I gave him water, I put him in a different room next to a fan so that he can be by the fan and I can also not be disrupting the ASMR. So, Exhibit A, Karma Yoga, in effect. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, that's literally spiritual for me. We'll get deeper into the different layers of what makes it spiritual, because I don't think it sounds very spiritual yet. So we talked about staying open and the energy hack that is, and how difficult it is. It's really hard. And all of that helps you get clear on your Dharma, which is so important. Like, having an intention is so important. Having intentions with your relationships, with your parents, with your children, with your friends, with your career, with money. What are you even trying to do? It's so important, and so many people are just bumbling around, reacting, not thinking about these things at all. And I don't know what that's like, but it sounds awful. It's just really not for me. It's honestly, it's like most people. So I'm the weird one for sure. And there's nothing wrong with that way of being. This is just what works for me. And the idea of not having clarity about my intentions just fills me with a lot of anxiety, frankly. Okay, so step one, we cultivate our witness consciousness, our loving awareness, and we disidentify from our personality and our egos and our roles, and we strengthen the muscle of the concept that I am loving awareness, right? Step two, we pay attention. We quiet our minds. We look at the world around us. We figure out what's appropriate for us to do. Step three, we respond accordingly. We do the appropriate thing. But also, how do you do the appropriate thing? You do the fuck out of it. You do it endlessly. You do it to the best of your ability. I don't care that they always give the example of the street sweeper. If that's your lot in life, and you are a street sweeper, make it be the cleanest damn street in the whole city. And do it with love while you're doing it. Do it with pride, whatever it is you're doing. Be deliberate about it, and let it move you. Even if it's street sweeping, I swear to you, I do dishes like this. Like, I clean up dog shit like this. Like, I'll literally be in the backyard cleaning up somebody else's dog shit, and that used to make me like so resentful. I used to be like, fucking shit, he should do this himself, you know, in my head. And now I do it with joy and love and compassion, and I really feel like I get to do this. I know it sounds weird and unbelievable, but that's what it's like in here. Let's see what else. So yeah, I wrote act as impeccably as you can. That's textbook Ram Dass, which is I consider him my guru. I listen to all 209 episodes of his podcast, which is not a podcast. It's like a series of lectures over the course of decades. It's phenomenal. So if you're interested in any of this, I definitely recommend you go check out that. Ram Dass is way better than I am. Ram Dass is so good I didn't even want to make this video. So yeah, I said give everything your everything. Street sweeper, washing dishes, making love, writing an email, showing up in a romantic relationship when avoiding would be easier and more comfortable. It's oddly specific. Don't know where that came from. Taking care of your beloved when they're sick. Do it all endlessly. And that is what I've been doing recently with my dog. Like, I've shown up and out for this dog. In the last month, I barely slept, I barely ate. I saved his life like several different times. If I had done what I had been told to do at various points, he would have died. I showed up and out for this dog, and I realized while I was doing it, because I strengthened those witness conscious muscles so much, that this was my spiritual practice. It was appropriate, and there's nothing else I would have rather been doing at that time. Like, if Johnny Depp had like called me up, and I know that's very polarizing. Some people hate him, whatever. He's still like my forever crush. If he had called me up and been like, Yvette, what, you like to go have a steak dinner at a French restaurant? I would be like, Johnny, that's oddly specific, and I love all of those things, but I can't. I want to be here with my dog. So yeah, realizing that you want to be doing the thing that you're doing, that you have choices, and if you're picking up somebody else's dog shit, it's choice, because you'd rather not live in a world where you're surrounded by dog shit than not pick up somebody else's dog shit. And so do it with joy after you realize it's all a choice and you're doing what you want to be doing in the world. And sometimes it doesn't feel like a choice, because sometimes the world unfolds in a way that okay, perfect example. Sometimes your newly blind dog is crying in the other room, and it makes you feel like you have to go get him, like you don't have a choice. But you do. You could stay and ignore him and be a terrible person. But you don't want to do that. You want to comfort him and tell him it's going to be okay. And hopefully, ultimately, fix his eyesight. These are choices. Okay, this video is going so badly, by the way. I knew it would. I didn't want to make it. But hopefully some of the, like, I would love for a video like this to be perfect, for like my life to be perfect, and for the video to just emanate that same kind of perfection and to really like script it all out and be a psycho. But that's just not where I am. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make this video, even though it's gonna be a hot mess. Here, go over there. I know it is. It's so fucking hot right now. I know, and that's why my dog is like. Anyway, so the point is, all of it's a spiritual practice, though. Even this really, really hot, sweaty moment where I'm just gonna like move the sweat, the mosaic around my face. Okay, so, and then maybe someday I'll do the video of my dreams, but until then, here we go. So I said, give everything your everything. Then I listed out all those things, and I said, because it's easy, no, because all are expressions of your human capacities, and the witness is always available for you to have a religious experience. So there's my existentialism thrown in there too, about like developing those human capacities. That's very humanistic psychology as well. So you give everything your everything, but you do it without attachment to the goal. That's hard. Can we talk about it? That's so hard. So like making this video, I want to do a great job. It's not happening. That's okay. I tried. Maybe next time it will be great. I want to give my dog his eyesight back. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. I have to try. I have to give it my everything. And if it doesn't happen, I have to feel good about the fact that I gave it my everything, even if it didn't work out. Okay, so this, again, is where the focus of life becomes the process and not the product. This is great for developing presence. Like, if you talk about presence, and most people are like, what do you mean? And that's what it is. It's like, you're here right now, and then you realize you're always here, and you're always right now. So many people are living in their minds, in the past, in the future, not just right here. Let's just do what we can right here. See how it goes. Might not work out. I'm not saying. Okay, could you not destroy the couch? Thank you. I'm not saying this how you like win friends, influence people, or be successful. This is just how I be spiritual. Okay, so you notice which things catch you. You respond accordingly. You give everything your everything without attachment to the goal. But also, you notice when things catch you, what wraps you up in the human drama. So like, this really happened a lot recently with my dog. I was advocating for him and arguing with vets, and fucking right, by the way, diagnosing him with hypothyroid when they wouldn't do a thyroid panel. There were definitely times where I got caught up in the drama, and the witness consciousness was in the passenger seat, and like even the dog mom was driving. But even when that was happening, the awareness was right there next to me, and I was like, you sit down for a second, like, but I knew it was there, and it was like occupying both spaces simultaneously, even if this one was driving. So that was really fascinating. Oh, Jacques, you're gonna make this video awful. Hopefully you like the sounds of dogs panting in the background. Okay, so notice which things catch you, good or bad. Where do you lose yourself in the drama? That's where your work is. So my work used to be in picking up other people's dog shit. I've got that down now. Now my work is in trying to save this dog's eyes. I'm trying to raise money right now on a GoFundMe, because if I $1,000, which is like a bananas amount of money. I can pay for what it's already cost thousands of dollars to get him regulated, his blood sugar starting to get regulated, and also pay for cataract surgery, and then he went blind in 45 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 45. It was devastating. If I can give him back his eyesight, that would be amazing. That's where my work is right now, like giving that my all without being attached to the goal. And I am not there. I'm pretty attached to the idea that my dog will see again. But I'm also not as attached as I would be if I didn't live this way in the spiritual practice. Like, I know it might not happen, and that's okay. It's not my favorite. I don't love that. But, you know, as long as I show up and do my Dharma and do everything I can, then I have to be okay, regardless of the outcome. So this is Karma Yoga in practice. So enlightenment would be extricating yourself from identification with being the actor with the role all of the time. Most spiritual people think that they want enlightenment, but I don't. Ram Dass says, most people want to walk right up to the door of enlightenment, but stay on this side where they can enjoy the highs and the lows of the actor. And most people don't know that that's what they want, but I do know that that's what I want. I don't want to be zen and middle path and unmoved, so grounded that you can never be swayed to like extreme emotion. I used to try to be like a middle path Buddhist and an existentialist at the same time. And then I realized, at least for me, like I had to pick one. I can't have the highs and the lows of the existential experience and the middle path steadiness of the Buddhist. So I pick highs and lows. If you pick middle path, like in some ways it sounds easier. But this is where I'm at right now. Maybe I'll change one day. I don't know. So yeah, enlightenment would be extricating yourself from identification with being the actor, and that means giving up the highs and lows. I guess I already just, seriously, just sit down. We're almost done. This is the last page. Ergo, most people think they want enlightenment, actually want to be a whisper away. They want to walk right up to the door of nirvana and camp on the step. For those of us at the door, we develop and cultivate awareness of the actor, of the roles that we play, and we get less and less lost in the Dharma without giving up the highs and lows completely. Like monks who light themselves on fire. So, do you guys know about this? There are like multiple monks who, in protest, have lit themselves on fire and burned to death without moving. That's someone who's enlightened. That's someone who does not get pulled into the drama literally ever. That's amazing. I don't think I'm gonna get there in this life, and that's okay. So there you have it. That is how to be a Karma Yogi, with specific examples from my life. It's really been something that's on the forefront of my mind lately, because it's been with me every step of the way. Every doggy diabetes emergency for the last month has been this awareness of, I have to do this. I have to show up enough. I have to throw my everything at this, but also without being attached to the outcome. Holding space for the fact that none of it might work out. But I have to do it anyway. Doing it is the point, not it working out. So, lesson on presence and